Now the simplest way to figure out what kind of soil structure you have, and that's in regards to whether you have clay soil or sandy soil, is to do a simple ribbon test. Now I was taught this when I was doing horticultural school. It's really simple to do. What you typically will do is grab a sample, okay, and you'll moisten that. Now I'll grab a bit of water. Okay, got some water here. I'm going to add that to my sample. So I've got a handful, you can sort of see here, handful of soil. I'm going to add some water to the sample because the idea is I want to be able to form a ball. And you sort of see here, this is soil that I've been working over time. I've added compost to it, so I've added organic matter. But you can sort of see here, what I'm able to do is I'm actually able to form a ball. If that was sandy, I couldn't form a ball. And if that was clay, I'd definitely be able to form a ball. And what then I want to be able to do is form a ribbon. But what you then do is squeeze between your forefinger and your thumb is to try and create a ribbon. Now in this case, I've got what I would consider almost a loam because I'm able to form that ball with the sample, but at the same time when I go to actually form a ribbon, it's actually starting to fall apart. So that essentially means that I've got a nice loam, which I've been working on really hard over the last 12 months of this vegetable garden, because if I've got really sandy soil, for example, over here I've got a section here where it's a bit more sandy, see that there? If I try to form a ball, it's just not doing that, okay? It's just breaking away. Essentially, what I'm wanting to do is to get that loam. Now, if I've got really sandy soil, I'm going to want to add more compost to try and add more organic matter to the soil. And in the case where I've got really clayey soil, I want to do the same. I'm going to add compost to try and break it up, and I could also add some gypsum, because ultimately what happens if you've got clay soil, the soil starts to compact and the moisture can't get through. So that's why you get waterlogged soil, as well as the plant's roots find it really hard to penetrate that soil. And vice versa, if you've got really sandy soil, because the particles are larger, the water tends to drain straight through, so it doesn't hold any moisture. So ideally over time, regardless of whether you've got sandy or clay soil, you'll always want to be adding organic matter. So that's how you do a ribbon test.